What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Thingos back again for another video, and today what I wanted to do was just talk a little bit about the undergoing mystery that just continues to build and just create like a very interesting narrative in the first season of Invincible. Now, what I love about what they've done is they've completely changed how they're delivering this story to us. I've mentioned it briefly before in other videos, but I want to just kind of dive in deeper on how I think that this actually improves the overall story and the changes that I noticed here and there. So first off, in the comics, since it's not that much to really dive into, I'm gonna get that out the way first. They don't play no games. They get the shit, they just rip the band-aid off, bro. I mean, damn near, as soon as the Guardians of the Globe, like first off, the Guardians of the Globe get killed in like 2-3 pages. There isn't no long, drawn out, just excellent, gory, bloody, vicious fight scene like the end of episode 1, which I thought was done way better than the comic could have ever done it. That's just an example of how they changed things for the better. In the comic, even though it was still a good scene, it was over and done with before you even really knew what was going on. And Omni-Man, he didn't even have any kind of resistance. Like, he took out the Guardians of the Globe, no problem. What I like about the show is that they actually showed him getting fucked up. Like, he actually had to fight to kill all of them. Now, I don't know if he was holding back, because it seems like it was part of his plan to actually get beat up quite a bit so it can look like he got attacked as well. But I don't know. From the way that fight looked, it looked like he wasn't trying to get fucked up like that. Like when War Woman came up with that big ass mace and just came down on his head, he wasn't trying to get clocked like that, bro. You know, so it's like I almost came out his head, bro. Like that was some shit right there. But nah, man, just the whole thing with him killing the Guardians of the Globe and the reason as to why, and you know, with the government, the Pentagon and everything trying to find out his reasoning why and how they can stop them, and with Debbie also trying to figure out what's going on, all that stuff is new. Because in the comic, when he killed the Guardians of the Globe, it was this cool funeral issue that I love. They had the funeral scene in the show, but due to probably licensing and, you know what I'm saying, different agreements or contracts or whatever, they wasn't able to get all these Easter eggs jammed in there. But in the comic, it was dope as fuck, because during the funeral, there was a lot of other comic book characters that actually guest starred in that issue to pay respects to the fallen heroes, the Guardians of the Globe. You had Savage Dragon pop up. You had what was it? Some Patriot. I always get them mixed up, because I know they got Iron Patriot in Marvel, and you know, from Iron Man 3 and all that. I know everybody know him. Is it Super Patriot? I think it's Super Patriot. He was there. Wildcats, they was there. So it was just cool, man. A lot of cool Easter eggs from other Image properties. You know, Capes Incorporated, they was there. So just a lot of cool stuff that we still haven't seen in the animated series. Like, we ain't even seen Capes yet. Like, will they pop up? I don't know. But yeah, just a lot of cool stuff that we haven't seen that I hope we get to see. You know what I mean? Like, you know, they got other characters too, like the Astounding Wolfman, Brit, Tech Jacket. A video for another day. Maybe we'll get to see all these characters, maybe not. I don't know. But anyway, I would love to see them come though, to get the same treatment that the show is getting, where they make all these smaller characters get further expanded upon. Like, it would be awesome to see those 3 characters get some of that love. But yeah, man, once we get back to the comic book, after the Guardians of the Globe get killed, and after Omni-Man gives his little speech at the funeral and stuff like that, there's kind of like there's not really much investigation going on, because shortly after he kills the Guardians of the Globe, it's revealed that the Immortal actually isn't dead, because the Mauler twins, how the episode ended, how episode 6 ended after the credits with the Mauler twins finding the body of the Immortal, which they didn't even reveal, so sorry if I spoiled that for you. That's the Immortal's body that's in that grave that they about to dig up. But in the comic, they just instantly went to the Immortal. Like, they didn't even show how they found his body or nothing like that. So I also like how they tied that into the security guard's surrogate son, you know, John Hamm's character. I like how they had that all tie in, and you know what I'm saying, even though you had no idea who the fuck he was and why he was there and what was going on with his character in the first 2 episodes, it was kind of weird. But I like how they eventually tied it in as to that's why the Mauler twins knew where the body was. You know what I'm saying? Or at least that's how those kids knew where the body was, because it came out of nowhere in the comic. Like, how the fuck these two regular kids know where the body of the immortal is buried? But I like how they explain that. But just killing it with the changes, man. But yeah, in the comic, two random kids, they find the body of the immortal. They're about to dig him out because they want to drink something from his skull. I think some of his blood or something. They say like it'll make you immortal or something like that. It is some crazy shit. They read it online. But in the middle of them trying to dig the immortal up, the Marler twins, they show up and they just like, man, we glad y'all here. Y'all did all the hard work for us. Y'all did all the digging for us, bro. And the next scene, or the next issue, you see the Marler twins trying to reconnect the immortal's head to his body using like this collar that they created. They want to control him. In the show, they want to have him for insurance. But in the comic, they wanted to control him. It didn't go right, because the minute they reconnected his head with his body, he just woke up and was like, no! You know, just instantly remembering the last thing that happened to him before he got decapitated. And he goes flying out of the building, instantly looking for Omni-Man so that he can catch that fade. Now, there's no investigation from Cecil or the government, nothing like that after the Guardians of the Globe get killed. Hell, he doesn't even get introduced until after Omni-Man reveals what he did to the Guardians of the Globe to his son. So Cecil is still in the background at this point. It's like they switching up the order of everything. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta be honest. I like how that was done in the comic. Like the fact that Cecil and the whole thing behind the scenes, like the whole government, like the whole earpiece and him telling Omni-Man like the agreement they had with him saving the world, Guardians of the Globe, all that stuff was hidden behind a curtain. Like no one knew anything about it. It was like behind the scenes until Nolan shattered Invincible's and Debbie's world, revealing to them all that truth. And then Mark fighting so hard to protect the planet that he was raised on, the planet that he loves, because he's half human and he fights to defend them. The cool thing about it is that the earpiece that Omni-Man had, it also acted as a microphone or like a communicator. So everybody on the other side of that earphone could hear everything that Mark was saying and Omni-Man was saying. So they heard him fighting for the planet. They heard what Omni-Man was there for the whole time, and that he confessed to killing the Guardians of the Globe. Maybe they suspected it in the comic, but there was no actual verification. Like, apparently him confessing to Mark like that was also him confessing to the world. And it was such a dope moment because Omni-Man in that moment, he didn't even realize that his communicator was two-way. He didn't even know. Or maybe he knew and he didn't care. He was telling Mark the entire truth about everything, and his wife and everybody else was hearing it too. And then after that, they even got that recording. Somebody leaked the recording on the news. So everybody on the news heard what Omni-Man was saying as well. So it was just like, damn, you know what I mean? So I don't know if they're gonna do all this in the show, but the main thing, the main differences that I see, the main difference that I see is the whole thing with the Pentagon. They're being involved right at the gate, which does make sense. You know what I'm saying? It does make sense, because a lot of this stuff that's being shown in the show could have easily been going on behind the scenes in the comic book, and we just didn't see it. So I feel like what they're doing is just kind of like shining the light on probably what was there, even though they clearly switching around a lot of stuff. Because like I said, Debbie wasn't doing any kind of investigating at all in the comic book, and that wasn't even no behind the scenes type shit. Like if it was, we didn't see it at all. Like Debbie barely got any screen time in the comic. I cannot stress that enough. Like, she was a mom, she was cool, she had moments where she had, you know, important good lines here and there, and don't get me wrong, she wasn't just irrelevant. But as far as the impact that she has in the show versus the comic, she was way more of an influence. She's way more active, and way more of she has way more of an active role in the investigation on trying to figure out what her husband is responsible for. Just the whole role of being the mother of the family and everything. Like, she's way more involved and entertaining to watch in the show than she ever was to read in the comic book. And it seemed like in the comic she might have asked Nolan a little question here and there, like, are you okay? You seem different. But that's as far as it went. And then the inevitable truth just dropped on her, and she just sobbing 24/7, like crying her eyes out because her entire world just got rocked. And she drinking and shit, she getting fucked up, she kicking it with art, bruh. You know what I'm saying? That's how it happened in the comic, bro. Just quiet, just a little chill, quiet little mouse, asking questions here and there. Until boom, and her world get rocked. But nah, nigga, in the show, she ain't playing that shit. She feel like something is off. She slowly starting to piece it together and figure it out. Thanks to my nigga Damien Darkblood, who they drastically improved and changed from the comic book. I also have a video on that I could link to, describing the differences between Damien Darkblood in the comic and the show. They made his character loads better, man. Like he the damn single one figuring out everything going on with the investigation with Omni-Man. When in the comic, he was the last one to figure out that Omni-Man was the one that killed everybody, and everybody was laughing at him. But now, nobody believe him. Like, it's crazy as fuck how they did that whole flip. Like, he had a huge, I'm talking about, bro, like, everybody got improvements. Everybody got expanded on and got made more threatening and stuff like that in the show. Doc Seismic, Titan, Machine Head, what have you. Hell, even Battle Beast. But this nigga right here, I wasn't expecting that shit at all, man. But yeah, overall, I really love how they're doing it in the show. That's pretty much what I'm saying. Like, they have spent a lot of time in fleshing out this whole mystery, trying to make it seem, I guess, more believable, more of a build-up, just you know, more moving parts all together instead of just having it just be thrown right at you. Now, I feel like comic books and TV shows, they're clearly different. You tell the stories at a different pace. They have to be delivered different. Comic books, they have to be more rapid, more quick. You know what I'm saying? They have time for build up, but at the same time, they kind of don't. You know? With comics, they got to keep your interest. You know what I'm saying? Comics get canceled all the damn time. This is the earlier days of Invincible when it still had to make a name for itself. Robert Kirkman couldn't be playing no games. He couldn't be waiting around forever to get to like where the twist was or get to like that thing that was just gonna hook you to make you stay to the comic. He had to get you. So he wasn't playing. He brought that shit out fast. And Robert Kirkman kind of known for that too. Like, he known for just dropping shit out the fucking blue. Like just killing niggas or just having a huge twist just come the fuck out of nowhere. Like, he known for that. So even though I was reading the comic and expecting something to happen, I still wasn't expecting that. And I definitely wasn't expecting what came later. All in all, I feel like the show is doing a good job with retelling this whole like first arc of the series while also mixing in a couple of other arcs. Robert Kirkman, he said in an interview that with the changes, he wanted to put in some of the story arcs that probably would have fit better or would have made more sense to have Mark take care of prior to his father turning and revealing his real intentions and stuff like that. So I like how they're mixing in a couple of the plot points that Mark did literally right after his father left, along with the mystery with his father. So it's like they're taking care of a lot of the filler arcs and the first major arc at once. So when season 1 ends, it kind of begs the question where season 2 is going to begin. We'll have a better idea though once we actually get to see where this ends. And you know, we'll make another video talking about that. All in all, let me know what you think about this video, and share with me which version of this arc do you prefer, how it was delivered in the comic or how it was delivered in the show. I feel like either one you should check out. You'll probably get something different from either one. I know I did. There's actually some stuff I enjoy about the comic more than the show in this regard, but all in all, I feel like the show is doing a much better job of involving everyone, mainly Debbie, making it feel like a real actual mystery, having people scared to try to figure out who did it, and knowing who did it but not really wanting to confront Nolan. And the build-up is just there. Like, it's only 2 more episodes left. Debbie straight up confronted him in the last episode. She know this nigga did it. Omni-Man know he caught. He punching holes in the wall. He angry. The next episode is going to be live as fuck. It is out there. I don't know what's gonna happen, and I'm excited. I'm just excited to see how they're gonna do it. Because like I said, they keep switching things up. That whole talk, Debbie calling him out, knowing that he killed the Guardians of the Globe, him getting mad and punching a hole in the wall, none of that shit was in the comics. So I'm just here for the ride, and I'm trying to see what's gonna happen, man. So let me know what y'all think about this video. Like, dislike, comment, share, subscribe. And you already know, hit that bell to be notified for more videos like this one. I'm gonna be putting the link to the Discord in the comments section for Invincible Disciples, so you already know you can join that link. We can keep the conversation going. I hope you're having a good day, night, wherever you are, guys, and until next time, peace.